Just a second. Oh, hey man, how's it going?
It's going alright. How are you?
Oh, you know, same old, same old.
Well, that's good. I know since the ordeal with the Slayer, things have been a little rough.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, but want to come in?
Sure. What was it you wanted to talk to me about?
Oh, I'll show you.
Alright. So, what's this project you've had in mind?
Well, I mean, it's been about 3 months, and, you know, it's been a very rocky road. You know,
Yeah. With what you went through, being trapped with that obsessed maniac,
yeah,
more like it, but that's beside the point.
that's true. No, but seriously, like, it's been a few months. I think I'm ready to get back into, like, bad movies. You know,
are you sure?
Oh, I think so. Because, I mean, I've always enjoyed bad movies, and, you know, I think I can handle it now. You know?
Oh, okay.
I mean, I know I went through a big ordeal, but, you know, it's just, I think I'm ready.
Alright.
So, you know, I called you here because I thought I'd ask you if you wanted to take part in it with me.
You want me to review bad movies with you?
You know, I mean, it's fun, you know? I mean, you get to laugh at the bad makeup or the terrible acting. I mean...
Well, that's... alright. I'll do it for you, man. I'll help you try to get through this.
I mean, I appreciate it. I mean, I'm trying to get all that just past me.
Okay.
And, you know, frankly, I think this will be a good for both of us, you know? Me, because, well, I'll be doing something that I love again. And you, because you need to watch more bad movies.
I don't see your logic here, but if it helps you out, I'm with it, man.
Well, thank you. So...
What's our first movie?
Well, you know, I've been scrolling through the Netflix, and I thought maybe do something that would be of interest to you.
Oh, alright.
So, I was scrolling through there, and I found this movie that looked interesting enough.
Okay.
Do you want to know the title?
Hit me with it.
Axe Giant, The Wrath of Paul Bunyan.
Okay, I'm waiting. You can tell me the title anytime.
I'm serious, that's the title.
You're kidding.
Not at all. And the reason why I'm choosing this is because I know that you are very big into tall tales, you know, like John Henry, Paul Bunyan, even, you know, like Lewis and Clark and stuff, just all those tall tales.
Yeah, but tall tale's one thing. It's making the character into a murderer or serial killer. I haven't seen it yet.
Well, it's no different than, say, Hansel and Gretel witch hunters, or even Abraham Lincoln vampire hunter.
Didn't those movies get ripped apart by critics?
Yeah, but still, I mean, I haven't seen Hansel and Gretel, but I did see Abraham Lincoln, and that one was terrible, but this one might be fun. You never know.
Okay. Let's watch Axe Giant, The Wrath of Paul Bunyan.
You okay there? I mean, it wasn't that terrible, was it? Okay, it was pretty terrible.
Well, that was that.
Yeah, that was something.
So tell us a little bit about, tell our audience a little bit about
Giant Axe Giant, The Wrath of Paul Bunyan.
Yep. That's a mouthful of a title.
Yeah, it is a really long title. So, Axe Giant, The Wrath of Paul Bunyan was about a giant who wields an axe and cuts people in half and kills people and everything.
This group of young criminals have been given a chance to, instead of have jail time, they can go to a kind of rehabilitation camp, sort of, run by a psychiatrist and a
drill sergeant, basically.
well, he's like a park ranger.
Yeah, it's a park ranger who acts like a drill sergeant, and
Yeah.
that's his only characteristic. He is just a big hard ass who decides that he's just going to treat everybody, even the psychiatrist, as a criminal.
Yeah.
His way or the highway.
Yep, he treats them all like shit. And one of their first experiences is a hike. And one of the guys decides to leave the trail.
path, yeah.
And he stumbles upon a bunch of rocks and bones, and he finds a horn off of a dead cow. He decides to take him with him,
which was a bad idea, and thus Giant comes and seeking revenge for the horn, or at least what it appears to be, but it really isn't.
Yeah, which it seems to forget what it's about a little bit over halfway through, because they realize that the reason Paul Bunyan's angry and trying to kill everybody is because of the horn is missing. So the guy who stole it gives it back and then is killed by Paul Bunyan. Paul Bunyan keeps killing people.
Yeah. Which, first off, the giant, I'm not even referring to him as Paul Bunyan. Okay.
Yeah.
I see him more as a mixture of like a giant troll.
Yeah.
And maybe some kind of other mythical creature.
Goblin or something along those lines. He's a twisted looking. I understand why they tried to go for that, because if it was just a giant lumberjack, it would look funny. I guess it would.
Yeah, I mean it wouldn't look original that way, and I respect the fact that they are trying to do something different with this giant creature thing.
Yeah.
But to call him Paul Bunyan, to me, was a bit too much of a far stretch.
Yeah.
Because I envision Paul Bunyan just to be a giant, lumberjack. I mean, he's giant anyway, and he has a thick beard that isn't all long and straggly like an old man's, which was in the design for this creature.
Yeah, scraggly beard. He's balding. He has what appears to be a mutated beer belly.
Yeah.
But somehow he has pants.
I wonder who his tailor is.
I don't know. Maybe the crazy guy who is just there tells him this weird ass story about where the Axe Giant came from, and then he seems. His character, is he for the Axe Giant? Is he against the Axe Giant?
We'll never know.
Yeah. He's killed rather easily. Well,
all of them are.
Well, of course.
But I mean, it's just basically a giant killing people. When it comes down to the simplistic story, I guess. Yeah. I mean, there is a slight motive, but it tries to get you to either root or understand.
Feel sorry for the Axe Giant.
Yeah, because I mean, there is a reason for him to be doing all of this, but
it's
at least trying to imply.
Yeah, it implies it early on, because he loved Babe the Blue Ox, which was pretty badly computer generated, but whatever. But then, as I said, like a little over halfway through it, his motive changes to apparently he just likes killing people now.
Which, you know, I was not expecting a good movie with this. You know, obviously, I wasn't expecting to come out of this saying, hey, that was, you know, not too bad. I thought it was going to be just kind of a terrible movie overall. And it kind of was, but there are some positives with this film. First off, I respect that they decided to go with a different design. Whether I like the design or not is, you know, not important. Just for the simple fact that, you know, I have one expectation and it wasn't my expectation, so therefore it's not really bad per se. It just wasn't what I was expecting. So I guess maybe I was a little turned off by the fact that he didn't look like what I perceived Paul Bunyan to look like.
Yeah.
Another positive was that
the way that the killings were done they weren't all the same. A lot of these bad horror movies, it'll just be the same death every time, or
especially if it's something like an axe.
Yeah.
Or, you know, giant axe killing or something. No, there were some different deaths, and, you know, I like that element to it. You know, there's obviously some of them were kind of copycats of each other. You know, one he goes horizontally, another one he goes vertically.
Yeah.
But
one he cuts a guy's head off.
Yeah. I mean, but there was definitely a lot of different death things thrown in there.
Yeah.
So it made it a little more interesting. Now to the bad stuff. And believe me, there was plenty of that. Bad acting. The CGI was terrible.
Yeah.
Especially for Babe, the Blue Ox, and the water. The water was horribly CGI'd.
Yeah, the water was bad, and they shot it on. It seemed they shot a lot of it on location, but whenever they would do it close up, it was green screened in.
Yeah, I noticed that too, and you know it's it's kind of a boring movie, I thought.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's one part where it's towards the end, just a little bit further the end, where Paul Bunyan's getting shot, and there's no blood. You can't even tell he's getting hurt, and then he falls over backwards. Smash.
Which there's like a short period of a pause where he looks back at you know, the people he's been chasing the entire movie.
Yeah, that's at the end.
Yeah, and well, okay, but what I'm talking about, I guess, is a little further than what he's talking about.
Yeah, it's right before that.
Okay, but it almost felt like it was kind of a King Kong type of moment.
Yeah. They try to put this element where this one girl may or may not be a reincarnation of a past love, which they barely even hint at.
I didn't even catch that.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
the old guy's like says you look just like Annabelle or whatever the hell her name was, and then when he goes crazy, he tries to get her to do something. It made no sense.
Okay.
And they didn't even pull it off. So, yeah. And
I didn't catch it, so.
Yeah, well, that's what it was supposed to do. Supposed to make you feel for it, but there was nothing like that. It never did that.
Yeah, no emotional connection to it.
Yeah. And the action does look back, and it does, I guess, look the whole Beauty and the Beast thing, but you don't really get that from the movie, even though it seems to be trying to force that on you.
You know,
and how they're rescued at the end. makes no sense whatsoever.
Yeah, that was just kind of completely out of left field.
Yeah, because the sheriff tries to call him back up, but he can't. Nobody can hear him because he's in the middle of nowhere on a mountain. But this restaurant picks it up.
Which nobody's listening to.
No one's listening to it. There's one guy in it, and he's in the back room cleaning.
And it didn't show him notice it either. You know.
Yeah, it got missed. And then it's hit that guy showing up at the end.
With a bunch of other people.
Yeah, who are all the actors from the first scene.
Yeah, who were all killed off. And so they basically reused actors and stuff, which...
For a low budget film, that's what you gotta do.
Yeah, I can understand it. But, I don't know. I think this one strived for too much and it faltered. You know, it didn't pull off a lot of things very well. And therefore it just was kind of a mess of a film.
There's little to enjoy from this film. It's just kind of there. I wouldn't... Unless you had absolutely nothing to watch left in the world except this movie, I wouldn't recommend it. Not even if you're looking for a bad horror movie. There's nothing to get behind. The characters are bland, unrelatable. All the none of the criminals have a any remorse.
Mm-hmm.
Except for one that you're supposed to get behind because her criminal deeds may or may not have saved people.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they tried to throw in just kind of stuff to make you emotionally attached to it, and it didn't do that successfully. Maybe I'm just cold-hearted, but no, I truly believe that they just didn't pull it off.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, I wouldn't recommend it. I mean, it's not the worst movie out there,
no. And
it's not like the most unenjoyable thing out there. I mean, I got a few laughs out of it, but skip it.
Yeah.
So, you know, what would you give it out of 10?
Out of 10, 3.5.
Oh, that's generous.
It probably is. But you give it a...
Oh, honestly, probably about a 2.8. 2.8. You know, not too far off from yours, but...
Yeah, I'll give it to him. I did try to go with a little bit different. It just didn't work.
Yeah. But, you know, I'm actually glad that we did this, you know, because this has helped me. I mean, I really think that we should maybe do this a couple more times.
Okay. As long as it helped. Can we get something a little bit better than this next time?
How about you pick the movie next time? How about that?
Well, I'll try. I don't know. My record of watching movies hasn't been too hot.
I just have to say that if it looks terrible, then it's fair game. That's all I'll say.
Alright.
Alright, guys. Well, thanks for watching. Thanks for, you know, helping me with this recovery process. You know, I couldn't do this without you guys or him. You know, it's been a tough few months since I escaped from the Slayer, but, you know, it is what it is. Keeping my head up high, and I'm going to try and enjoy life more. So, thanks for watching. If you have any movie suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Be sure to check out our other videos. Stay away from the Slayer ones, you know, those are a little rough to watch. But, you know, like, favorite, subscribe, all that, and thanks for watching.
See you guys later.